Hello, my name is Alan David Duck. Welcome to Attract, Retain, and Develop. So I'm part of this group called Warrior. And, there's so many lessons I pull out of the different sessions and the training and coaching through this program. And every single bit of it can apply to our businesses. So this thought I had this morning as I was reflecting and I was trying to understand a few things that I'm going through. And I keep coming back to this really foundational piece that I want to share with you today. And it's called, what is the difference between power and the difference of force, right? So what we're after is we're after engagement, right, from our employees. We're after getting people to do what they're supposed to, and we're after getting people to care. And if they don't care, we directly see it in their attitude and in their actions. And if someone doesn't care, there's so many consequences that happen within the business. So the idea of this this thought of power versus force, is really directly affects the capacity, which is the amount that someone can produce, right? So let's talk about force. So force is like compulsion, right? Like I want to force an outcome. I want to make someone do something, right? You almost become a dictator. You want this outcome to happen. So, you like pound it on people. There's an old saying, right? If you're a hammer, you're always looking for nails, right? And you also use manipulation and intimidation. And sometimes you'll lie, right, to get people to do what you need them to do. So you're not 100%, truthful with them, right? And you're after motivation, right? And motivation is a funny thing. It has a like an end date to it, right? Have you ever noticed you watch a YouTube video and you're all pumped up in the morning, and then by like 2 o'clock, everything sucks again. And it's like you take a shot of espresso and you get energy, and then all of a sudden you crash, right? So power is the flip side of that. Power is you come with persuasion, right? It's the act of persuading someone to do something, that you need them to do. Now you're a director, right? You're not a dictator where you're telling them what to do. You're a director where you guide them to the action. You teach them. You can convince them and make them understand why they're doing what they're doing, right? So you create certainty and truth, and you create inspiration, which is the opposite of motivation, right? Motivation has an end date, and it's almost like you need it to keep going, and then you need more tomorrow, where inspiration is the other way. Inspiration is, now, I'm going to do a whole session on motivation versus inspiration. That's the thought that just went in my head. But inspiration is people, they want to do something, right, on their own without you, right? They're inspired to do it. No one wants to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? But I can motivate you to do it once. But inspiration makes you do it every day, right? There's something in you that makes you continue to do the action. So, power versus force, right? With force, you have like a short-term gain, right? People will do things, but it doesn't happen all the time, and you have to keep doing it, right? There's no trust. And they get frustrated. So there's this long-term pain, right, that you end up having, because when you constantly are forcing people and beating on them to do things, then if they leave, you have a long-term pain. Where if you flip it around, power, you have sometimes the pain is short-term because you have to teach and train and coach people to do the things that you need to do, right? And that's frustrating because we're so busy. But if you take that little bit of time, now you have a long-term gain, right? And you have trust with people, whereas force, people don't trust you, right? Because you don't do what you say, and you're kind of an asshole all the time. So, that's the idea of power versus force. And this is one of the things that I set out with the SMART system, is to fix the things that I just was so sick and tired of. And there were so many things that I learned in the Dunkin' Donut world that I just didn't like, right? I didn't like the way we treated people, the way we interacted with our employees. And the journey I went on was to fix this, right? And power versus force was a big part of me changing me. So what I want you to do is, if you feel stuck, right? If you feel like things aren't working, right? Or things work for a little while, but then they go back to where they were, so you don't have long-term results, let's have a talk, right? And I'll take you through my journey with the SMART system and explain to you what I learned and how I fixed it. So you can give me a call at 1-888-3SMART-5. My direct cell number is 603-231-8832. The other number is an 800 number. You can email me at alan@getsmartsystem.com, or you can go to our website, getsmartsystem.com, scroll down to the form, and click learn more and fill it out. So power versus force, they're two totally different ways of operating. And sometimes we apply force and don't even realize we do it. But power versus force, where are you coming from? So ciao for now. See you guys tomorrow.